out their frustrations. Many felt that Nishan Dev was the better boxer, but Marco Verde, when you look at it, he was the winner. You have to accept the judge's decision, and that is why there's only one boxing hope remaining, and today we will come to know the fate about that. So from 1:30 p.m., you are going to see the India men's hockey team take on Great Britain in the quarterfinal. Very important game for the India men's hockey team, because if they lose, they are out of medal contention. If they win, they will take on the winner of Germany versus Argentina in the semi-final. And if they win that, a medal is assured for them. So India men's hockey team will be determined to ensure that they put on a great show today and ensure that India gets yet another medal and ensure they do not have a jinx that continues even today. So India versus Great Britain, that is the major fight that is going to happen at 1:30 p.m. IST. Now at 3 p.m. IST, you've got Lovlina Borgohain taking on Lee Qian in the semi-final, in the quarterfinal. If Lee Qian loses, Lovlina Borgohain assures India a medal. But if she loses, India's boxing journey is over in the Paris Olympics 2024. That's how we are looking at it at this point in time. Lee Qian versus Lovlina Borgohain. And remember, Lee Qian is the champion in this 75 kilo category. So that's why it is going to be a very interesting duel that's going to happen. Can Lovlina survive, or will the Chinese boxer come out on top? But all eyes today, the major battle will be between Lakshya Sen and Victor Axelsen. Lakshya Sen and Victor Axelsen in the semi-final of the men's badminton tournament. If Lakshya Sen wins, he becomes the first Indian to assure India a medal. If he loses, he'll have to go into the bronze medal playoff. In the other group, there is Le Zhizhia and Kunlavat Viditsar. Now, both of those players have always troubled Lakshya Sen in the past. So it is going to be a very interesting duel that we have got. But the Great Dane, Victor Axelsen, what do you talk about him? World number 2. He has a 7-1 head-to-head record against Lakshya Sen. And if you look at it, this last win came in the German Open, but Lakshya Sen had to really fight hard to ensure that he had to do it. So wonderful stuff indeed that Lakshya Sen is doing at this point. He's already shown that when the trend is there, when there has been a past trend which has gone wrong, he's defied those trends. He's in his course correction when you have to look at all his previous instances. Look at it. He had a bad record against Jonathan Christie, but he managed to overcome him. He had a bad record against Chotian Chen. He still managed to overcome him. Will it be third time lucky for Lakshya Sen? But he's facing him against his most formidable opponent till now. And in the final, if he makes it, if he faces Kunlavat Viditsar, it's going to be very interesting, because Kunlavat Viditsar is really has troubled Lakshya as well. And he dumped out Shi Yuki, the world number 1 in the quarterfinals as well. So it is going to be a make or break day for India today. If India manages to get all the 3 guys in, then you have a realistic chance of overhauling your Tokyo medals tally. So 7 matches, 7 medals is the tally that you have had even when you are at your peak. But if 3 of them lose, then your chances of a medal, if you want to overhaul Tokyo, that looks to be very difficult at this point in time. You have 3 medals that have been there. Manu Bakar has won the 10-meter air pistol event. She won the 10-meter air pistol team event. Swapnil Kusale has managed to win the bronze in all of these events in the 50-meter rifle 3 positions event. So 3 bronze at this moment. India are 47th in the points table. They'll slip down even further. So Lakshya Sen, Lovlina Borgohain, and the India men's hockey team. These are the 3 entities that will be in action today. They have to win all of that. If you couldn't, then it is simply going to be a big dent in India's confidence heading into the last week. In the last week, you don't have that much of events. You have from 6th onwards, you have Neeraj Chopra's qualification. You have the wrestlers who will come into the bid. You have Mirabai Chanu also coming in. But Mirabai Chanu, let's be very honest about it. Her injury ensured that she could not get enough of game time, and that is why it is going to be a really big problem that's there. So that is the current situation involving India and in the Olympics. Today there is going to be the second ODI between India and Sri Lanka in Colombo. Yes, yesterday's match, when you looked at it, it was a tie. India managed to lose 2 wickets in the over bowled by Charita Salanka, and 230 turned out to be a much better total than we had anticipated it to be. Today, most likely, are going to encounter the same situation. There is light rain at this moment in Colombo. That's what we are getting to hear. But there will be no impact on the match as far as that is concerned. The match will continue. The match will progress very smoothly. Maybe you may have one or two stray showers towards the night, but that will not impact the game that much. So today, it's a very, very important contest. India versus Sri Lanka, second ODI. Whoever wins that is guaranteed to not lose the series. So that is why it is going to be a big, big situation that is there. So let's look at how this situation is at this point. India versus Sri Lanka, second ODI beginning on 4th. Then the final ODI will take place on 7th, which is Wednesday. Last week of the Olympics, India, if they do well, suppose if Lakshya Sen does well, his match is on the 6th, the final. If the India men's hockey team do well, their final is on the 8th. So 4th, 6th, 8th. These are the 3 dates that you have to look at. 8th anyway is Neeraj Chopra's event. So it is going to be a very, very interesting last week also. If the wrestlers do well, then hopefully you can get past that tally of 7. But at this moment in time, it looks very difficult to get past 7 because at the Olympics, you all know that the pressure quotient is way too much, and that is why you have to give the athletes their due at this point in time. Rohan is saying Nishant heartbreak. Indeed, it was simply magnificent. Nishant put up a good fight, but then you have to trust the judges. You have to trust the judges because boxing is a very, very interpretative and subjective sport. And luckily, you don't have AIBA. If AIBA was in this, you would have had open manipulation and open threats. You look at it. Even several boxers, they themselves don't know the rules of the scoring. That is how subjective it is. So let's take it on the chin. Let's not be sore losers. But the Indian fan base is very, very different at this point in time. So that is about it at this point in time. It's going to be super, super Sunday. India men's hockey team versus Great Britain. India versus Sri Lanka, the second ODI. Then you look at Lakshya Sen versus Victor Axelsen. And then you have got Lovlina Borgohain versus Lee Kian in the 75 kilo category. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. We'll be back with a lot of other action. There is Skeet also, Raisa Dillon and Maheshwari Chauhan. Maheshwari Chauhan is in 8th. If she can manage to get into the top 6, first time ever, women's skeet, you'll have an Indian representation at the top. So let's see how that goes about. Then there is also sailing. Then you have Gaganjeet Bhullar and the golfers. They are way down the pecking order. So I think men's golfing is done. Then you'll have all eyes on Aditi Ashok then at this point. Diksha Dagar and Aditi Ashok. So let's look at how the golfers go about it then. Sailing, if you look at it, Netra Kumaran and Vishnu Sarvanan, they seem to be out of the medal race. But anything can happen. 6 rounds are done. After that, you'll have the qualification. Top 10 will finish after the entire thing. So let's see how that pans out to be. So super, super Sunday indeed for all of us. So from me, Siddharth Vishwanathan, it's bye-bye. We'll be back at 1:30 to tell you the hockey update as well. Bye-bye.